Greetings to exotic fruit tree lovers like myself. It's been almost a year since my last video, and so I thought I'd make one now just to provide an update on what's going on with my garden. Major changes: I've been transplanting new trees into the ground. I've also mastered the art of air layering to give them away to people I know. Today is Saturday the 25th of January 2025, which will make it mid-summer here in Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. And so without further ado, let me show you around the garden, beginning with the backyard. This is a longan tree. The variety is champur. The only issue I have with this tree is I've noticed on previous years, I harvest the fruit around early winter, which is in the colder months. And so if you get heavy raining or misty nights, it tends to split the fruits. So what I've done this season is I've actually given the tree a heavy pruning of up to 70% of the foliage. And so what it does is it exposes more of those fruiting panicles to sunlight. And so I will hope that it will ripen much more quicker. Air layering, that one should be a success as the fruits are still holding on. I've got two achacha trees here. One I've recently put into the ground. The other one is in a grow bag, more like a backup. I know it's in a very tight space, but if I can get this to flower fruit, I'll be jumping for joy. And until that happens, I can always dig it out of the ground and move into a more spacious area. This is my pride and joy, the largest mango tree I have here, the Kensington Pride. So guys, just a bit of a tip, always bag into a much larger bag, because as you can see here, the fruit has outgrown this smaller bag. I'm having trouble pulling this out. I'm going to have to get a scissors, cut the bag and just to sacrifice that. The same thing goes here. This fruit has just outgrown the bag. I just can't remove the bag, it's just so tight. This is one more experimental lychee tree. The variety is Chimera. That one is a non-astringent persimmon tree. The variety is Sharuga, if I pronounce that correctly. It's into its second year. It's given me two fruits. I don't know whether it's necessary to buy the tree, but my justification to get this tree was in the description. It says that of all the non-astringent, this is the most sweetest, and so I'm looking forward to trying out the fruits and comparing it to my other variety, which is the Ichikikijiro, another non-astringent, grown outside on the side yard. The wolf nectarine. I'm going to start harvesting these nectarines today. It's been in that net for quite some time, which I haven't regularly yet checked, and so some of the fruit has rotted. Some others, because of the sheer weight, has broken the branches. And along the way I found some of these lychees in the front yard. That's one of my backup white sapote tree. The variety is Campon. I was about to give it a chop and throw it into the bin, but now I've noticed it's putting out many flowers. So I may need to reconsider what I need to do with this tree. Okay, this one here is a purple variety, wax jambu, that's given to us by family and friends. Over here is two of our largest jackfruit tree. That one has given us two jackfruits last season, whereas this one has given us one. This one here is beginning to put out female flowers, but I reckon it's a bit late now because we've only got 1 more week before we're going to jump into February, which will make it late summer here in Sydney. Whereas that fruit there, I've actually got to hand pollinate that about a month ago. Over here is 3 of the latest to my collections. 2 of these are the same variety. They are the jaboticaba. I'm very determined to get them established and hoping that they may bear fruits within the next 5 to 6 years. The aim is to remove those avocado trees over there and to replace them with these jaboticabas. This is another longan. The variety is Kohola. I know that I've got many longan trees already, but the main reason why I got this one is because I believe that it may fruit early. You get to harvest the fruit around mid-autumn. So if that's the case, it'd be great, because these one, I'm just having trouble with that. They tend to ripen around early winter, which is too cold, and then the fruit tends to rot. You can see here, the fruit is very large at this point in time. It's almost twice or 2.5 times larger than these one over here. So yeah, there you go. It's the Kohola, supposed to be an early season variety, longan tree. Right, okay, I'll need to take a break, take 5. I'll need to remove some of these fruit fly bags and nets just to continue the presentations. Follow on from the video recording from last year, you may notice I've added more mango varieties collections. It all started from this one here, the Keat mango, which is a late season variety. And so what happened was, last season I've got a chance to purchase some Keat mango from the local grocery shops to try them. At first I wasn't into them, but after you try a few, they ain't too bad, given like it's late season. They're huge in size and so plenty of flesh. It's juicy, and many reckon it's fibrous. To me, it's definitely got a hint of a citrusy flavour taste to it. And so I would hope that once I've harvested these Kensington Pride in late summer, these will kick in the late season, maybe around mid to late autumn. So Keat's late season variety. Brooks is also another one, and very happy I've got so many mangoes here on the brook. And just to show you a sample, this is a typical Brooks mango. Another late season is the Valencia Pride. I've noticed some of our friends in the Northern Hemisphere are trying to grow them. I wish them success. This is my first time as well, so and also this is my first fruit. I hope it will reach maturity. I heard from the guys in the United States, they reckon the Valencia Pride fruit's got some kind of pineapple flavour taste to it. But we'll soon find out when I get to harvest and give it a taste test. Oh yeah, other trees, Julie, which I think I'm a bit oversupplied. I may eventually get rid of it. And also the coconut cream. This one here is the Patomba. I'm going to try grow that as a hedge. I got from Dailies. And over here is the Scarlet Jaboticaba, which is grown pretty fine. I remember 2 or 3 years ago when I got this plant, the trunk is like the size of a matchstick. So I'm not going to get anywhere of the tree, but it's actually developing right now. Trunks are getting bigger, it's putting out new foliage. This is a lychee tree. The variety is Kwame Pink, aka Bosworth 3. Urban Bounty from Melbourne. I just want to express my high regards for you. I mean, the kind of exotic fruit tree you grow, I feel like we're very much alike. I have a high respect for you. So what I've done, mate, is I've actually mycoted this advanced size branch for you. It should be successful. You can see the roots are developing. It's coming from my productive parent tree, so hopefully the chai tree in the future is going to be the same in producing fruits. Technically it's yours. If you like the tree now, I can have it sent to Melbourne for you, but I would suggest if you leave it with me for the next 3 to 4 years, I'm more than happy to nurture it for you. So I mean, 4 years Sydney time is probably double the growth rate of Melbourne climate, which is 8 years. And so yeah, let us know what you decide, Paul, and we go from there. If you're also interested in trying some of the freshly picked lychees, I'm more than happy to harvest some of them and send them down to Melbourne for you to enjoy. I'm just going to show you the lychee tree from the top view. Pretty stunning, isn't it? So what I'm going to do, Paul, is I'm going to harvest some of the lychees and get it sent down to Melbourne for you. Along the way, I like to include some of the Kensington Pride mangoes and also a King Thai mango here as well. My one, by the way, is pretty. My King Thai is pretty stuffed this season. I've moved it around so many times that it's trying to recover this season. So I've already seek permission from my neighbour. He's already given me the okay to get one large one to have it sent down to you. So I just gotta weigh it in, time it all together, and so I'll get to harvest them at one go, and then to ship it down to you in one go. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge. Okay, I'm gonna quickly wrap this up, just taking too much time. This is another Kensington Pride mango tree. This is my secondary one. The primary one's over there. As you can see, the fruits are fairly large in size. That's another experimental lychee tree, Chimena. All these avocado trees, I will eventually get rid of them, and I'm going to replace them with the 2 jaboticaba trees, which I've mentioned. That's another longan tree, BQ, B for Bob, Q for Queen. So if that cohola, the fruit ripens around mid-April, experiments, if it all goes well, definitely I'm gonna get rid of this sometime in the near future. This is another lychee tree, the Fei Sisu. As you've seen previously, it has fruited in a large size pot. That's a Pinkerton avocado tree. It used to be over there where the brook mango tree is, but that spot gets so much sun that it constantly gets sunburnt. So again, guys, here's east sunrise. By noon, the sun is directly above you, and if we head over here west, that's sunset. This is another avocado tree, which is the what do you call it, the lamb has. I'm going to try to nurture it in a large size pot. Alternatively, I can always put it in the ground, like in the front yard, and so that pretty much wraps up the backyard. I've still got the side yard and the front yard to go, more work. Okay, this is my backup bay. This is where I put all my backup trees, which are stored in containers. It should be very straightforward. Like, I mean, this is the pomelo, the variety is Nemroid. I had a small one the size of a golf ball last season, but it dropped off and I was very disappointed. But this year it seems to be more tougher. The tree itself, it's holding on to 3 fruits. Very pleased. I actually grafted this one about 4 or 5 years ago, and the rootstock is actually a dwarf one known as the Flying Dragons. I won't bother with this what do you call it, fruit salad tree. It's multi-graft citrus. It's got lemon, lime, mandarin, what else, orange. I was about to give it a chop, but my neighbor is going to accept that, so that's great. Needless to say, this is the dragon fruit tree. These are the thorny yellow ones over here in Australia from Daly. I believe it's called the yellow megalanthus. I've got some reds here. It seems to be very prolific. It's putting out many flowering buds. This is a jujube, one of my backup one. Fruits are really big because the quantity is less, and so what it lacks in like quantity, it makes up in size. This one here is the that they call the tiger tooth. I don't know what's all the commotion, but the Asian communities around here, like they tend to buy, they carry on about all this tiger tooth jujube. So what I've done was I was able to get a scion, and I've grafted one here and one over there. Seems to be successful, and so they look like chilies. You can see through the nets, like yeah, the shape of the fruit. But yeah, there you go. It's called a tiger tooth because it's supposed to resemble the tooth of a tiger. Whatever. Okay, kumquat. I won't bother about that because I'm going to give this to my dad. I was about to throw it away as well. I'm just trying to clear up space. You've seen the lychees here, like in my previous video clips, like they have fruited, but it's not doing too well because I reckon it needs to be up-potted. I mean, I'm not going to bother, guys. It's initially it's in a 70-litre pot. I've actually up-potted that, and now it's in what, 120 litres. It's just getting too big, so I think eventually I'm going to give that the chop as well. Soursop kind of died back over winter, but I'm going to try to put more effort into taking more care of this tree here. That's pretty much it. This is my dwarf crimson rocket peach tree. The tree used to be somewhere over there where the mango or jackfruit tree is, but it suffered from some kind of fungal disease attack called gamosis. So I've actually pulled the tree out and put it into a container to let it recover, and it seems to be recovering pretty well. This is my custard, jaboticaba, which I got from Ross Creek Tropical. I reckon the tree is around 3 to 4 years old, but I thought I'd take this stunning view, just in case if the animals gets to the fruits before me. The apple gala variety, super dwarf. I'm going to give that the chop as well. I just need to clear up space. Mandarin variety is the clementine. You've seen the my largest Kensington Pride tree. I've actually taken off some nets here just to put on a show how glamorous they are. It's putting on these like purplish blush, and so I'm thinking it's giving me a sign that it's gonna ripen pretty soon. So there you go, Paul. I'm hoping you know, I just gotta time it, get a feel, and time it with the lychees and what else, the king Thai over there. Yeah. Okay, this is my neighbour's area. I've actually given him 3 of these trees. I won't get into too much details, but that's the Miwa kumquat. His lychee tree is beginning to get established. I mean, last year, like he approached me and said, very disappointed with the lychee tree. I've only got like maybe half a dozen. But there you go, this year it's beginning to establish itself. He's getting more fruits. I think he's very pleased. I mean, he would have got more, but we had a terrible storm, like I think several weeks ago, and it knocked off a lot of his fruit. But yeah, the way he's going, he's doing pretty well. The tree looks very healthy. King Thai, give him the tree. It's about 5 or 6 years. He hardly looked after the tree, and there you go, guys. He hasn't pruned the tree, hasn't taken much care. As a matter of fact, it's me that encourage him to put the fruit fly bags, otherwise the bats at night may attack the fruits, and so yeah, he jumped onto that. But so just goes to show how easy it is to grow mangoes here in Sydney. When the tree gets larger, you can see some of the fruit sizes. They are humongous. Like just for comparison, you get average ones, and then you get bigger ones. Well guys, I think I'm just going to do another video recording just to complete half of the side yard here. It's getting a bit very hot now. We're in the hottest part of the day. It's around 2:30 in the afternoon now. I reckon today's temperature is around 36 to 37 degrees Celsius. Yeah, I forgot to show you this custard jaboticaba. It's putting out new flowers, and so we're getting second waves of fruits. And that's a jackfruit tree. It used to be in the front yard. I've actually dug it up and relocated it here. I've also given it a raised garden bed. That's another backup white sapote. It's got 2 grafted variety. That one is the Kampong and this one is a pike. That's the miniature peach, yellow flesh. The one over here is the white flesh. It's the Super Dwarf Sunset White Flesh Peach. Dragon fruit. I think that one's almost ready, ripened to pick and enjoy. The only new thing is I've added a Pollara. I think it's also known as the Pollara Ecuador. It's similar to the yellow ones over there, like it's thorny, but these one over here in terms of size, they're small to medium, whereas these one here, like they're much more larger. This is another backup lychee tree. Another experimental lychee tree, the Kaimana. This is the what do you call it? The KJ Pink, aka Paxton Prolific custard apple. one of my other pride and joy. It's giving lots of fruits. I think I've got around more than 30 fruits, and the amazing thing is it's still continuing to flower. I think it's going to continue to flower to mid or late autumn, and these are definitely self-pollinating because I'm getting, not sure if you can see from here, but there's 2 baby fruitlets there. And I think here we go, there's another one here, there's a new one that's emerging by the day. So yeah, you get big ones. 30 guys, like 3 years ago was the first time I've got fruit. I only got 1 fruit. The second year, the following year is last year, where it's given me something like 13 fruits, but I had to hand pollinate. And so the same concept here, I did give it a hand pollination this season. My aim is just to get 10, and thereafter that I'll just leave it to nature. But the amazing thing is at present I've got more than 30 fruit, and it's going to continue to flower and produce more fruits. The other thing I added to the collection, got this tree last year, the African Pride. I used to have one down there, but I didn't know what happened. Like it's a very strong mature tree. Last season, it's given something like over 400 or 500 flowers. Somehow, like it just died, but that's right. With this one I recently purchased, it's still a young tree. I've given it a hand pollination. I've taken the flowers over my Paxton Prolific. It's only a 1-minute job where you get the pollen, use a paintbrush, dab that onto the female flowers here. So I'm getting fruits instantly. That's 2. And there's another African Pride there. But I mean, it's a young tree, so maybe I'm just gonna, you know guys, it really hurts me to do this, but no, I can't. I was about to rip it, I'll leave it, man. What else? This is the another jackfruit tree, the 4th one. The supplier I got this tree from says it's the amber or orange, or yeah, orange flesh. And so it's something different, whereas the other one I have, I believe they originate the seedlings from yellow flesh. Grimachama. The reason why I got the Grimachama, and these guys are yellow by the way. You get the purple, the black Grimachama, and there's also the yellow one. I saw that the yellow one are much more sweeter. So what happened, the reason being for getting this is I had it with the low chill cherries. They're just non-productive, so I'll pull the trees out and give these a try. Keat. Some of you may be wondering, like I've shown you like a baby keat in there with 1 large fruit. You may be wondering, hey dude, like it's a young tree, you're supposed to pull off all the fruits and let the tree develop. But honestly, I don't care because I've already got a mature and advanced one here. So the one in there is more like a backup. Poor Urban Bounty, I may be able to add this into the shipment for you to enjoy. I mean, this is my first time getting mangoes on this keat. So I'm not sure like when's the best time to harvest them. Like I mean, the ones at the grocery shops, they harvest them like damn early, like it's still way green. But if you look at this one here, it's beginning to put out the purple blush, and so yeah, happy to give that to you, Paul. It may be one of the earlier one to pick, but the others are still green. All right, mate. Gonna move on. This is the lychee, dwarf, semi-dwarf lychee tree. I've got a king tie here. As I mentioned, it's pretty stuffed this season. I just don't know where to begin, but only high respect for this tree. Like it's a fighter and a survivor. I've moved it many times. The first time I moved it was where the jackfruit tree is. jackfruit needs more sun, and so that's why I prioritised, gave that spot to the jackfruit tree. And so I've actually moved it to the front yard last season. It's given many fruit, but then so when people start pinching or stealing like my dragon fruit, I say no way. I had to relocate this tree from the front yard to here. And bear in mind, when I relocate the tree, I've left the fruits on as well. And so last season I did get to harvest very nice and delicious king Thai mangoes. This season it did put out, I did get about something like 30 fruitlets, but most of them begin to drop off, and these are baby ones. I don't think they're going to develop anymore. I've only got one big one here. So I'll see how I go, Paul. I may be able to throw this one in for you, but definitely I've got permission from my neighbour. He's allowed me to, sorry, I'm just sweating like a pig here. Yeah, my neighbour's given me permission to get one of his large king Thai fruit and get it sent to you, so it's all good. What else? Pitomba from Dailies. I've got 2 trees. This is a Thai, it's been, I reckon the tree is about 9 years. Non-productive. I'm going to chop it up, guys. So yeah, I'm just not going to waste time anymore. This is the white sapote. It's a seedling, so I've grafted a kampong and the pike onto this tree here. First time I'm getting that large size fruit, the pike. So I'm looking forward to trying it. As a matter of fact, looking at the, it's quite tall. I'm looking at the fruit right now. It's transitioning to turn yellow. So yeah, the only issue I have is, not sure if you know this, I've double bagged this. When that fruit was the size of a golf ball, ants begin to attack it. So give me a second. Yeah, so guys, my uncle took my ladder to do some paint work. I'm going to use these. Like as I was saying, this is my first pike. It's white sapote. Very looking forward to trying them. When this was the size of a golf ball, the ants attack them. So I mean, seriously, like it's so small. Like what it tells me is this thing must be really, really sweet. You can see the marks here. It's so what I've done was I've actually double bagged that to prevent the ants from totally destroy, consume the fruits. While I was up here, I've noticed these ones are putting out flowers. They're a bit late compared to the ones over there, and I think that's the reason being is that these ones get less sun, whereas they won't get full sun. And yeah, it's getting really hot, guys. This is the last thing I'm going to do. This is a mandarin tree, extremely prolific, as you can see here. The branches are just loaded with fruit that it's actually sinking to the ground, and it's also blocking the way the car going into the garage. So I might give it a prune. Yeah. Oh, the thing, guys, if you're new to gardening, the thing I have to mention is citrus. You harvest them around winter. Yeah. I am back. Hasta la vista, baby. Hey guys, I'm back. Well, it changed, isn't it? This afternoon, it's so damn hot, sunny, 37 degrees Celsius. Now the clouds is out, temperatures are slightly dropping. It's much more cooler now. They reckon that there may be a temporary storm, but okay, the show has to go on. Acerola, Barbados cherry. I've picked a few already, and now these are putting out the third lot of flowers. They're just everywhere. Okay. Apples, I'm not too fast. people need to eat an apple or an avocado, I can always go to the Asian or the grocery shop to get one or so. Jujube. This was the one I mentioned, it's one of my backup. I've actually got a branch, I've chopped it into two. I've grafted one onto this one here, the tiger tooth, and there's one over there which I've shown you before. What's next? Yep, there's a Sherwood jujube, some of my Lee backup. It appears the Chico variety of my jujube collection is the first to ripen compared to other varieties. I've already picked some of these a few days ago, and these will be the second waves, which I need to harvest them now, otherwise leaving them any longer will cause them to shrivel. Luckily I've got a zipper on this fruit fly net which will allow me to enter and exit anytime at my discretion. Most of the fruits are still large and firm, as you can see here, but I've noticed if you leave them on too long they may begin to shrivel, such as that one there. So should that be the case, don't panic, just let them to continue to develop on the tree, and you can have them as dry jujube. I'm just trying to find you an example. That's not a good example. Maybe this one here, if I fall off the ladder. Hope you can see that. The sun's in the way. There you go, dry jujube. It's more chewier, it has a more caramel taste to it. So guys, didn't know what happened. The camera just switched off. Peanut butter fruit tree. There are some here. I wasn't intending to bag them this season because there's so much work. But the reason why I bagged these is because some of the earlier fruits I got, like something's been eating them. I'm not sure what it is. And so I thought, bugger it, just bag them. It's putting out, I think these are just like the acerola. They will continuously flower throughout, summer, throughout autumn. This is the sugar bubba. I just got a crawl under here. Unbelievable things I have to do. That's the sugar bubba. So juicy, sweet mini mandarin. Sorry, my microphone fell off. Damn thing. Right, back in business. Oh guys, okay, just gotta keep professional. I may pull out this tree just to free up space. Now, my justification is many of you may grow this, but I've got my reasons. Initially, the first or so year when I try these are very sweet, juicy as the tag says so. But then over time, when I've eaten more, it just doesn't seem right. I'm not talking about the outer orange skin. When you peel these, like there's segments. The flesh itself are very sweet, but the segment that has the translucent white skin, those are so damn thick, guys, and so it's just horrible. Like, I mean, yeah, it's just like chewing skin. Like, I mean, other mandarin, like the translucent skins, they're very thin, but these are very thick. That's anything I don't like about this particular tree. Okay, so this is the miracle mango tree. It's Still looks poor, still looks greeny, mate. Asshole, noise pollutions. Hey guys, yeah, as I was saying, Paul, these are still a bit green. I'm not sure whether I can tie them in at the same time as the other mangoes I'm going to ship to you. It's very unfortunate because I'm not sure if you've tried these. I think down in Melbourne, that they call it the chocolate dam. Over here they call it the choconon. Over in America it's or over here it's called choconan. Over in America it's called choconon. There's so many names, but I'm just going to keep it simple. Miracle mangoes. It's supposed to be very sweet, mate. If you check out the description, they're supposed to be comparable at the same level as the Carabao, the Manila mango, the sweetest in the world according to Guinness Records. Yeah, and it's supposed to fruit twice a year. That is the only disappointment I have this season. I had a branch here which was flowering and putting out fruitlets, and what I think is with that branch, those were the winter harvest, and these are the summer. But we recently had a storm, and it knocked off or broken the branch, and so I just can't continue to see how that's going to progress. But anyway, next year I would hope to see that this tree can be successful, producing fruit and harvesting like in the winter season. This is one of my longan tree, a branch which I've mollified the champur. A few months ago, it was a success, and I've actually taken out the pot, and I've potted up. Persimmon. This is the Lychee Kikijiro, not the itchy scratchy balls. It's the Lychee Kikijiro. Lots of fruit, guys. Look, I mean, I wouldn't bother to count them. Like, I mean, if you look at this branch here, there's already like 3 fruits here, 2 over here, so that's 5 fruits. Needless to say, there's 2 here, another 2 there, 1 here, 3, 4 there, whatever. There's plenty, so I'm not going to bother counting. Sugar, it's been throwing. Last season I've got 7, but I think 1 didn't make it to maturity, so I've got 6. So if it's a step up, I've got more than 6 or 7 this season. I'm happy. In this case, I think I may have got 20 or 25. That's another Thaiso lychee tree. Quite mature, very not productive. Haven't having a decent fruit of that tree yet. And that's a mandarin tree. Oh guys, I have to head in. Cheers. Hey love, it's me. I'm back. Well guys, the Bureau of Meteorology, my smartphone indicates it's going to be another hot day today, reaching temperatures up to 41 degrees Celsius. Many of you that watch my video know I won't be going over too much in my front yard, so I'll just briefly go over some of the trees, but I won't go into too much details. These are citrus. It's loaded with fruits. I've got a bit chore schedule up, like I'll need to pull the weeds out. It's growing like mad. My future plan is in between here I'm going to lay pavers just to reduce pulling out weeds. This tree here, it just grows like grass. I've given it more than 50% pruning, and it's just re-sprout. More citrus. Oh, I deliberately put the label here just to show you. This is a dwarf citrus Japanese seedless mandarin. Tree is pretty much established now, very pleased. It's been, I think, more than 5 years. When I first tried this fruit, the first year, second year, like, I just love the fruit. It's really nice, sweet, seedless, and the white translucent skin on these segments, they're not as thick as the sugar baba I've shown you. And so with the other one, because it's thick, it's very annoying, like chewing it and you know, ingest that, swallow that. It's just, ew. But anyway, guys, look, this is in a bad area. People's going to pinch the fruit, so a job schedule up ahead for me. I'm going to dig it out, temporarily put it into a container, and decide what to do next. You can see over this left hand side, there's the sheer weight of the fruit. It's actually bending the branches, and so I'll need to do some work on it, maybe stake it. But you can see here, well, let's just load it with fruit. Okay, this is the low chilled cherries variety. I won't be wasting too much time. It may get to chop as well soon. This season it's going to give me something like 3 or 4 cherries. This tree, I've butchered the heck out of it, but I have my reasons. The aim is to chop off all the lateral and low branches, and just to train the tree to grow tall, you know, like over 3.5, 4 meters tall. So if it fruits, it's going to deter from stealing the fruit. I mean, if they're clever, they can bring a 4 or 5 meter ladder. You know, I'll give it to them, man. I salute them. You can have it, but you have to be, you know, cunning thieves to win my approval. Anyway, I've got 4 large air layering here, marcots, to give away. I want them removed as soon as possible. These are big one, guys. Like, I don't do just like small branches here. It's what the nursery one that does. Like they mass produce, you know, like small branches to sell and make a profit by the bulk. But here it's more like a hobby. So whatever I'm doing here it's top quality. These are not just branches. They're like truck size. You see here, and then this trunk here breaks up into 3 other branches, and then these branches divides into smaller stems. So yeah, one of my neighbour, that an exotic fruit tree grower like myself that regularly walks up and down the street here, she asked for one, so that's fine. I'm going to give her one. So I've got 3 left. So yeah, it's getting a bit hot now. I can feel the heat. Alright guys, look, I'm going to wrap up the video. Thanks for watching. Happy gardening. Happy to the year 2025. And stay safe. And cheers. As you can see here, this nice sized branch is very close to the house wall. So I thought, rather than chopping off this branch, I'm going to try to air layer it to give this to someone that may be in need. You can see here, that's the air layering pod. It's got a very thick wood trunk size. As we move up, it's split into 3 other branches. And the amazing thing is, on each of these branches, you see these delightful clusters of large size lychee fruits. I thought I'd capture this because I've noticed people that's walking out the streets beginning to take notice. So I'm going to harvest this now just to beat them to it. So in addition, I've also air layered other branches. So that's the tree itself. It's quite huge. And you can see here, there's clusters of fruit here. You got to trace it down. It goes somewhere that branch there. And I've got another clusters of fruit on this branch here. I got to harvest this fruit from the markets outside, and as you've seen, the tree is quite huge in size. So rather than pruning the low lateral branches, I decided to put in the effort just to market some of them and give them away to some of my YouTube mates. This variety is the Facey Sue, which I've previously done a taste test review. It's one of the top tier premium tasting lychee fruits out there, where there's plenty of flesh. The seed itself is quite small and skinny, known as chicken tongue. So without further ado, let's do another taste test review. I'm going to select a few of the large size one. That's a good one. What else is there? That one, and we'll pick one more from this cluster. Okie dokie, let's get into it. Plenty of flesh. Although that seed is pretty moderate, I don't consider that as a chicken tongue, but let's see how the rest goes. That's a smaller seed. All right, let's dig into it. Oh yeah, look at that. The flesh is translucent. Man, that's good stuff. I mean, it's homegrown, home pick. You can't get any better than that. It's going to be obviously way better than the supermarket ones. Testing. Later on, I've cut open two more lychee fruit, and this is what I believe is called the chicken tongue seed. It's extremely small and narrow. You can see how thin and narrow the seeds are.